Hello, everybody. It's Momo Rants. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. I am want to break down what the Washington football team, what we truly need. We can't solve this in a year, in all of these things we need in the off season. We need to solve some issues we got going on. So we all know that Jaden Daniels coming back. We all know that the offense last year under the offensive coordinator is horrible, predictable, bad plays. So going forward, the Washington football team will be doing these moves to make the team better, and I appreciate everybody. Hey, what's up, Oscar? Hey, brother. Hope everything's good here. What's up, Benny? So the Washington football team will be doing. Hit that like button, everybody who's coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the Washington football team will be doing these. Ayuk that played for the 49ers, we all know he's about to get released. Everything's good, Benny. Um, so we all know that this is what they're going to be doing, and this is what they presume to be doing. Ayuk, because that's Jalen Daniels, closest, one of his best. Oh, how are you doing? What's up, Nichols? I'm doing good. So we probably will end up when 49ers release him, we probably gonna pick him up. He's a great route runner. He just has issues with whatever the reason. Momo, what's up, bro? What's up, Jimbo? So Ayuk will be a Washington Commanders. He will be on the Commanders once that, because Jaden Daniels won him because they grew up together. They best friends. That's one move. Dan Quinn he's trying to get a defensive end to put pressure on the quarterback. I don't know if they want to get Trey Henderson or whoever, but all these, I guess, Cowboys, Eagles, and other teams saying, hey, we want the guy from the Raiders. Everybody heading for him. So Washington's going to look for a pressure player to put pressure on. We just is. And on the number 7 pick, we will, if he's available, and he might not be available, we picking up Downs to have a great cornerback, potentially good cornerback or great cornerback to stop, for the back end. And that's important because if we get those three things, a defensive end and a cornerback, and like that, and Rome wasn't built in the day, but we will, I repeat, we will be a better team. Now, yeah, people could talk about Jaden Daniels, he's too small, he this. So, yeah, Belly would definitely be a good pick. Bang would be a great pick. But if Downs is available, we are picking Downs. I don't think he's going to be available. Downs is Vinny. By the time y'all get the pick, y'all not ahead of us, Vinny. He's not. you do know anything that Dan Quinn, anything that the Dallas Cowboys tried to do or get, he's tried to beat them to the punch. He's clearly everything he has done, like getting some of your players, try to get some of your coaches. Downs is not going to be there. Y'all moving up to what? Y'all number 12. Downs ain't going to be there in number 12. I know, right? He did a whole rant on me on his live podcast over some bull. What? Yeah, I've got the number 12 pick. Washington's number 7. If Downs fall to number 7, Washington is picking him up. I don't think he's going to fall to number 7. And he definitely ain't falling to number 12. Come on, man. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Fuck what Mark was saying last night. Mark was just on his little tiptoe. Mama, did you hear about IMG Academy fined $1.7 billion for accepting tuition payments from a Mexican drug cartel? Nah, I didn't hear that. He said, "Mama, oh what? God damn." Downs going to. Okay, he gonna be in the top 10, but you're not gonna get him. Y'all 12, so y'all gonna move up. Y'all must gonna give us some draft picks and some players. Y'all not getting Downs. Downs is probably gonna be gone in the 3rd pick. Downs is, oh my God. Vinny, they're not trading. So you saying they're gonna trade one in a number 12? And I thought you knew football. Momo, who's going to win the division? Washington Giants or Eagles? Of course, I'm going to say Washington because I think Jaden Daniels is going to be much improved. Yeah, I can talk about his weight, how skinny he is, he anorexia, he's just like that. Jesse could talk about it, and all these people could talk about it. Doesn't matter. Washington, Jaden Daniels is going to be throwing that rock. He can throw the ball. Bobo, I know that's what I said when they not getting him. He'll be gone by the time Cowboys pick. I don't know where is Vinny getting this information from. That's just Cowboys talk. That's just a cowboy wishful thinking because anything that Jerry says, y'all believe. Anything Jerry says, y'all believe. Anything comes out of Mark Holmes, y'all believe. So Mark Holmes claimed, which came out to be true, that the situation with Pickens, that was somebody posing as this guy, this reporter. It was still leaked. No matter how you mesh it, how they take it, it was leaked out there about the other reports had already stated that this was a true statement that came out that he had multiple fines. So if it was just somebody posing at another person, it was still true. Mark ain't gonna tell you that it was still true. It wasn't a lie. It was the truth. And so there you have it. So Vinny is getting his information from Mark. I know, of course, because Vinny and the rest of Cowboy Nation, they have a tendency to listen to these dumb prosecutors, Cowboy Nation quarterback, vouch all these big names on YouTube channels who think they know football or know the draft. Stop it. Good evening, Momo. Rants versus Cowboys. Joe Bruce Spooks report. Yes, I would. Mark ain't gonna bring me up. Mark would never bring me up. Last night I asked him to bring me up 4 or 5 different times. He didn't bring me up because he know. It is a big damn. See, that's where your delusionists come in with you. So that's that delusion. You and Wade got the delusion. I still think it's the fucking 90s. Yeah, I still think that a magical player is gonna walk through that doorway with the Cowboys with a halo over there and change the franchise for the better. There's not. No team has that. The Cowboys are stuck where they stuck at. I don't even want to talk about Cowboys. Let me just say this right quick. Culture for 31 other teams usually is done by coaching, etc. It's done by coaching. Most owners don't get involved. They stay. They say, "Hey, I'm paying you to do a job. I want you this, that, and the third. We got this going on." And they quiet. Culture is done by 31 coaches, head coaches in this league, in the NFL. Except for one owner, culture is him. Right now, it's the Eagles GM. He's the best GM, no question. So, culture, Jerry Jones is the culture. Only way Jerry's gonna change his ways, if you gonna tell me that Jerry's gonna still be there at the locker, or be there going into the locker room after the game is lost, going down there and speaking to the players, what the coach speaks to them. He's still gonna be doing that. Is he, after he leaves, he gonna be out there having a press conference after a game, right in front of the locker room? I don't know. Oh, the worst is Jerry Jones. Oh yes, there's no question. I think he's the worst. But like I said, I didn't want it to be about the Cowboys. Washington. I was trying to say your owner cares more than sports, not football. Okay, well we'll see. Here's the thing: Washington, Dan Quinn. He's going, if Downs falls down, which I'm hopefully he does, but I doubt it. He So Washington, Dan Quinn has already stated that he wants good defenses in, and some people think he's talking about Trey Henderson. No, I don't want him because he's a little all long in the tooth for me. Um, and he wants a cornerback on the back end. He wants a good corner on the back end and stuff like that. That's what we need. We need corners to protect for the passing game, because this is a passing league, and we need somebody, and we need a strong offensive line for Jaden. Understand that it means Jerry is going to make great moves, and Howard is going to make terrible moves. So yeah, yeah, so so we have to understand that Washington's going to be a lot better. Jaden Daniels is advocating right now. He's pushing the envelope. He wants Ayuk for the San Francisco. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. For the 49ers, where the 49ers are about to release him. When they release him, Washington probably end up picking him up because Jaden Daniels want him. And he's a great route runner, although he's got issues going on in San Francisco, something like that. Dan Quinn was, and would gladly take him. I know. The logic don't make sense. I mean, these Cowboy fans will fall for anything. They always talking about, and Mark is the ringleader. You got a lot of big time Cowboys YouTube channels. They do the same bullshit. Mark is just one of many, and a lot of Cowboy fans listen to this bullshit. And because I don't listen, I look at things in a vacuum. Washington Commanders was terrible last year. They was terrible the last 2 years under Dan Quinn against the run. They couldn't stop the fucking run. In the past, it was even worse. So they had their moments stopping the run, had their moments with the pass, but overall, they was not that great. Josh Harris is a great team owner as long as he is not Jerry Jones or Dan Snyder. Way better than Jerry, absolutely. So Dan Quinn said he wants a defensive end, a good corner guy, and so it's almost a done deal. I think the deal has already been done. They just can't say anything right now that Ayuk is coming to Washington. It's in the cards. They the connection is there. They Jay Daniels, Arizona State. He played with him. They've been closer than close. They are best friends. So it's a done deal. Free agency deals already done. Linda, you know this. And football fans, if you don't know this, you know what you're talking about. These most of these deals already been are in the process now. So 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks from now, when you see these announcements of one player sign this tender to sign go for this team, those deals already been done. They just can't sign it like that. They just agree to it with their agents and stuff like that. These deals are already done. Now, Vinny, free agency it has a tendency so the bigger deals are already done, the bigger names are already done. Now down the second day, I mean the third day, but that first day, most of those deals have already been done, and maybe some second day and some third, but most of the deals already been done. They already talked to these players and their agents. So Ayuk will be coming there. We'll have a better team. We'll be more competitive this year coming. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones shopping at Walmart in the discount section. Yeah, Linda, I don't, and I was on what Mark was saying, stuff like that. Jerry likes to pay players on the cheap end. He wants that Dollar Tree value. He don't want big a big value. He doesn't. He doesn't want to pay players what they're worth. He wants you to scratch and crawl. And like you said, for you actually. So Washington will get done with some good players coming in on free agency. We need younger players. We got a younger head coach. We got a young OC, a young DC. So we gonna be fine, and we gonna do what we need to do. We're gonna bring the winning culture back where it was when Dan Quinn first got here. So Dan Quinn is on the clock. He knows it. He knows he got to be better. The team is going to be better. Jayden Daniels is going to be better, and the team overall, you're going to see a better team and a better product on that field coming to a neighborhood near you or a city near you. So all this talk about Jay Daniels small like that, all I can say to you, wait and see. We'll What's up, Ultra Eagle? Commands a 3-win season. I doubt that. I doubt that. So, Ultra, you are a aficionado or whatever on the draft. Do you believe that Downs, worst GM of football, got pickings for the third great GM, got Dawson, the third and pass on Jefferson. Never seen so many Eagles people talk about Cowboys. So Ultra, you are a draft so to speak guru. Do you believe that Downs gonna drop down to a number 10 or a number 12? That no over the first 10 picks, first 9 picks, and do you believe that? I'm just asking because you got Vinny in here talking about they getting downs. That's I mean, you can't listen to what somebody's opinion is. He's not dropping. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. And if he's there at number 7, Washington is picking him up. Washington ain't gonna pick Bain. They not picking Bain or Bailey. They picking Downs because they need a cornerback for the backside. Put the whole list of players over the past 5 years, not one good trade I made in over 5 years. This is chess, not checkers. Yes. And I think a lot of times when Cowboy fans want to bring up like Wade, He's on Game Time. He'd be on Mark, and me and him was going back and forth. This is the problem with older Cowboy fans in their 30s and their 40s, even older than me. I'm in my 60s. It's just like a thing growing up. I'm used to seeing football a certain way. I'm used to seeing football a certain way. I love the physicality, the hitting, the hell like that. So when that was taken away, I don't look at it as real football. I look at it as softball. But when you see people like Wade talk about the past, keep bringing up what they did in the 90s and the Super Bowls they won. That's fine. You won a lot of Super Bowls. You was the number. You was rolling. You was doing what you could do. But that was the 1900s. We was in the 2000s and something, 2026, and you can't go back and try to relate and compare what happened in the mid 90s and to now. And that's the problem. You looking for that goose to walk in that door. And the goose is not coming in. And people like Mark, Wade, and older folks, they looking at that. Me as a Washington fan, I ain't got no fight in this. We sucked. When Dan Snyder came to owner, I almost vomit every day. What's up, CZ? Like that. They still hit me mode. It's a car wreck on every play. Tell the player it's not physical. This actually it's not as physical as you once believed. The rules dictates not to be physical. You know, and I know the game is not as physical as it once was. In the regular season, they don't allow these players to get physical. In postseason, they allow them to get physical. It's two separate things. I'm starting to believe what the NBA always says. The regular season don't even count. It's the playoffs that really counts. because they implement these new rules. They play with the rules of teams being in position. Then you get the playoffs. That go out the window. Those rules don't even matter in the regular playoffs. They don't even matter. What's up, Randy? What's up, Dan? What's up, CZ? Oscar again, and everybody, Linda and Ultra. So I get it. Yes, if you go to the game, you can hit the pads. Pads hitting each other does not mean it's a great hit. I've been hit playing football and something like that. I got cream. It's just the pads hitting each other. I don't see that. But so that's why I get irritated at Wade, because Wade wants to. Wade thinks this is going to be every year. Every year, you can't go back like that. Like I said, my Washington football team is going to be better, new, improved. You're going to see a big difference in these games coming up, because they got some more dumbass rules coming down the pipe, and they got some new ones coming in, and you're going to see more delays in games. They're going to delay game. Hey, was that a pass interference? Let's review that in the booth. Oh, was that a hip tackle? Oh, let's review that. Oh, that's unnecessary roughness. He hit the quarterback late. Please stop it. Christian Parker and Bradley Chubb were together in Denver in 2021. They might be an option for the Cowboys. They might. All I heard was that Pickens and his camp want to talk about extensions during the combine. Okay. Ultra, I just mentioned about that last night. So, as football fans, we're going to love our team and we want to criticize our team. So, Dan, Since I have met you, I never heard you criticize a damn thing about the Cowboys. You don't criticize or critique what they do wrong or they. Oh, I hear what you about the Cowboys or what they do right. Everybody in here who's a Cowboy fan, every Cowboy fan I ever heard criticize what the Cowboys don't do and what how suffering they are and they don't do more. I have never heard you criticize a Cowboy yet. So tell me right now, tell me your criticism about the Dallas Cowboys the last past 30 plus seasons. I'll wait. Ain't nobody giving the Cowboys Eagles an ultra. They might give you a two, maybe a three. They ain't giving you no number ultra. What? Okay, Dan, that's not criticism of who the players they get in the draft because the draft is a crapshoot. You don't know how a player is going to do when he gets drafted. So let's stop with that. You yourself say you don't even watch college football. You don't know nothing about college. All you know is what you hear and what the expectation of this player, this like that. I watch college football. So Dan, let's talk about something. The draft is not always going pan out with these players all the time. So that being said, Dan, what have you truly criticized them about? Tell me what have you truly criticized the Cowboys about? All I hear is Kumaya. So tell me what you truly criticize. Don't say something about some drafting players because drafting, there's no science in drafting. You don't know who you're going to get when they come in those doors and they could be a different animal. They play well in college, and next thing you know, they can't deal with the next level. So let's. I just would like for you to tell me what will have you truly criticized. I always never liked the fact that we signed Zeke and turn out okay. So have you criticized Jerry at all? Have you criticized the lack of him not getting free agency? Have you criticized the fact that he always get cheap players for 1 year contracts and all like that? You criticize the Michael decision because he get hurt in his feelings and stuff like that. Did you criticize that, Dan? Did you criticize the Cowboys when they get in the playoffs and they choke in the playoffs and they don't show up in the playoffs and players don't play like they should? Dak not doing what he needs to do. The defense ain't doing what they do. Defense, offensive head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinators, and players. I'm gonna read what you said, Dan. Dan says always mobile, but after he hearing him saying that he is not working, just gives me hope. Okay, here we go. You PCing as usual. Cody Alexander, the best defensive mind I I have listened to, call Michael empty calories. No, I will say what Lloyd said, and I said this years ago. And I said this ago, and I'm not want to get on talk about the Cowboys. I really don't. But here's the thing. I'll just say this about Michael. I'm gonna go to what I want to talk about. Michael is not a defensive end. He's not a defensive end. He's a linebacker. For some way, the Dallas Cowboys and the coaching staff over the years lost their way with him being a linebacker. He needs, and it's too late in his career to go back. Hey man, you want to be a linebacker? No, he's actually a linebacker disguised as he's a defensive end disguised as a linebacker. If he had learned the position in the NFL like he should, and coaches told him, he wouldn't be one dimension what he is now. He's very because somewhere or another he lost his way. He can't cover the pass, can't stop the run. That's not what he was in college. That's not what he was in college. And he lost his way, and they tried to teach him for some reason. Maybe he didn't, and so they say, "Hey, he's not." And sometimes you come into the league as a player, and you at one position, they realize that you can't. Nah, this ain't your speed. You can't. Nah. So maybe he is better as a pass rusher or edge rusher. I don't know. Okay, that's fair. Be quiet, milk the. You love call me milk the. How much change do you think an 8-year-old will accept when he is worth 16? Not a damn thing. So the Washington football team was, like I said, gonna be better. We're gonna have a better draft. Free agency is where we at. And so there's this talk about Trey Henderson coming to Washington, possibly. I say, oh, we don't want him. I want pass rushers. So we'll see because everything's a crapshoot at this point. We don't know what these teams are negotiating. These free and like I said before, Ultra. I said this. I will say, like I said before, free agency. A lot of these deals already been done because that first day, the first hours, you're gonna see names drop. You're gonna see all these teams, all these players did it. They already got all they're doing is signing the letter of intent. They just haven't signed the letter of intent. All the deals already been made. The deals already been made. So free agent, I bet that Trey goes to Coast with former DC, probably. So free agency, most of free agency, the person that first day, the deal's already basically been done. Mark calls it legal tampering. The tampering has already been done after the season was over with. These teams already got the players. Have you ever noticed when the free agents start the first day, all these players and you see all these names pop up the first 3 hours? Because the deal already been made. They don't make deals in the first hour or the first 3 hours. They already have a tentative agreement with the agent, the player, and the team. Y'all are lost in sauce, in the sauce, or delusional, or not very bright. Y'all think teams on the first hour of free agency, the deals just been done. These deals already been done. The Cowboys are working out to make a deal. We all don't know what they got. They probably got a deal plan who they want or they don't want. These deals are already done in the first 3 hours of free agency. Because the first 3 hours of first day, you see all these players being moved. Because the deal's already been done. They just can't say anything until that day. Boy. Bobby Bell, he's close with the Cowboy scouts. He keep and mentioned Jalen Fields and Bradley Chubb. Mentioned Chubb before he got cut. Still are not rebuilding, not yet, Dan. Daniel told you yesterday, don't listen to all these people. They are Dan. I told you, okay, yeah. Oscar did tell you, start. Mm-hmm. Y'all hit that like button right y'all in here. Hold on for a second, you guys. So,
You're probably buying lots of chemicals you don't even need. Here at Masters.
so who got franchise tag? So, so did anybody know who got franchise tag? Do anybody know where anybody got franchise tag at the moment? We all know that Pickens has a tender to be franchise tag, but I mean, free agency don't start today. I think the doesn't tagging players franchise tag starts today. Momo, the female at the bar, said hello over there last night. I told her to subscribe to your channel. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Everybody's still asking me about that. That's cool. Tagging players starts today. Okay. Okay, Miami get rid of Tyreek Hill. Yeah, they did. And I just want everybody see this media thing. I used to not blame the media. I still don't blame the media for everything. But this thing about Tyreek Hill, people say, oh yeah, somebody gonna pick him up. The man gotta have another surgery. He only had one surgery. He has another surgery. Bobo, you getting to right here, and you will like it. He's not even going to probably play this year. If he play, it'd be later in the later on in the season, probably like the 10th, probably the 12th or 13th game. He probably ain't gonna play none this season, next year. This season coming. He might well say that for 27, 28, because he's not gonna be ready. And all of these pundits talking about like he's gonna play this season coming up. He's not. Hmm. Yeah, yes, Oscar. Yes, Daniel Ayuk is coming to Washington because that's Daniel was pushing to him to be the receiver, and he's a very good receiver, a great route runner, and you're gonna see that, and we're gonna see a big difference in the offense. You're gonna see a lot of things changing, and then we probably get a tight end in the draft. We only got 5 picks this coming draft. Tyreek Hill is not coming to Washington. Why would they pick him up? Why would they pick him up? He won't play this year at all. That don't even make no sense. Y'all can stop listening to these fools on here like he's gonna play this season. He gotta have surgery again. He gotta have another surgery. Y'all talking like he's healthy. He's not. I'm sure someone will. So here's a question for everybody. Do y'all feel like the NFL is getting the rules are getting too okay? Okay, I can see that. But it won't be this year. It'll be another year before he plays. I don't know why everybody keeps saying it. Momo, if you had your Zoom fixed, we would be debating all day, laughing out loud. I'm not gonna do 6 hours like Lloyd does. 5 and 6 hours. That's ridiculous. I got a life. Hell with that. I could do an hour, maybe two, but not no damn 6 hours. That's just crazy to me. Find something else to do. No, not me. I ain't saying that diminishing what he does. That's just crazy. So next year, breaking news: the Commanders are signing Jerry Rice. They need a player that witnessed George Washington and the cherry tree. See, Ultra, that don't even make no damn sense what you just said. Jerry Jones was in the 80s, in the 90s, I believe, and George Washington was in the 17th century. Really, really. If you want to be realistic and you want to joke, make the joke look better or sound better or just be better, Ultra. Jerry Jones was pre bang Momo. Pre bang. Damn. Are you saying that he's part of the Big Bang Theory? That's why we get all these stars and moons and constellations. Oh my God, Momo, looking like a snack. Thank you for the compliment. I don't know what that means, Bruce Banner, but anyways, for what I am hearing, that Cowboys could sign Trey Henderson and trade for Miles Garrett. But what did you hear in your information? Dan. They not getting Miles Garrett. They not getting Trey Henderson. You act like, oh my God, Dan, you're delusional. You just throwing names out there because you're a Cowboy fan. So you just throwing names. Why can't you just wait for the free agency or the draft and see who you got pick? Stop saying these players because here's the thing, Dan. I'm gonna break this down to you, and you're gonna get very disappointed. Jerry Jones might be younger than Marcus Momo. Okay. Here's how I'm gonna break this down what the NFL don't do and what they really don't do. You don't see big trades. You don't see big trades in off seasons. Hell, you don't see big trades in the regular season. It's very minor that you see players like that in trades in the NFL. You might get that shit in baseball, or maybe the NBA, but not the NFL. Don't have big trades like that, trading like that. They don't, especially during the draft. No, they don't. It's very rare that happen. The closest thing I can see when Washington traded their cornerback, and for I forgot his name. Traded one of their best cornerbacks to get a running back, and I didn't like that at all. What's his name? Can't think of his name. Let me look it up. Let me Google it as usual. Who did Washington trade running back to Denver and to get a trade day. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me talk. Washington traded their best cornerback to the Denver Broncos for a running back. Who was that? What's going on, Marcus? So the closest thing in a huge trade that I ever seen in the NFL happened many years ago. Now, there happened some different ones that came about later on, but this was the biggest trade. This when Clinton, Champ Bailey was Washington's best corner. And I was livid that we traded him for Clinton Portis. Clinton Portis was a joke around. He was a good running back, just like that. I'm not knocking him. But we should never have traded Clinton Portis, Champ Bailey for Clinton Portis. That was unheard of. Because they don't play. You don't make trades like that. This ain't the NBA. They don't make crazy trades like that. Commanders have a quarterback that if he stands away, nobody can see him. Pookie Daniels. That's fine. You're going to see Pookie Daniels going to be a thorn in your side. He finally going to beat your Cowboys. He finally going to beat those Eagles. He's going to do what he needs to do. Remember what we talked about before. Player for player trades NFL is super rare. That's what I'm saying, Jimbo. And they're not gonna do it for draft choices neither. You're never gonna see a big time somebody who's under contract like Miles Garrett, and y'all give him 2 number. Nobody's gonna give no franchise it. They don't care about the number ones. If the Cowboys say, "Hey, we give you two our number one for Miles Garrett," the team would say no. Because you don't know what you're getting at that number one. Number one for what? Because they don't know if Dallas is going to go to the playoffs or almost get in the playoffs. That's down the list. It depends on the draft. Only Mark Holmes, Keto Dyer works on Pookie Daniels. Oh, okay. The Keto Dyer is there to lose weight, not to gain weight. What? What you talking about? You want the man, now you want the man to beef up, but then you want him to lose weight. Or do you want him to lose more weight? I don't know. What the fuck is that about? That's backwards as shit. The keto diet is to lose weight. So you want my quarterback to be small the rest of his life? You don't want him to add no extra pounds? That's cray. Come on now, stop it. Yeah, everybody's in here who haven't seen me before. Hit that like button and sub up or subscribe. Momo, what was the problem with your Zoom last time? There is no problem with my Zoom. I just said I'm not. What's up, Mo? Oh, I know you mean Mo. Ain't nothing going on, beat up. I walked 2 miles today, worked out, and be out the gym tomorrow. Since you made fun of me, I was working out anyway, so I'm losing this weight. And no more. I'm not eating no more fast food, no more soft drinks, none of that. No more sodas in my diet, no more Marco's. Kid that has been proven to make you gain weight. Dude weighs like most on kettle. Yeah, so I'll walk today. Okay, that's cool. Vinny couldn't get into your Zoom last time. I know. I don't know what was going on with that. I just haven't did a good job with that. Yo, B-Dub, name your horses. So, end of the day, like I said, this situation with players or with big names coming to different teams, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, Dan. I know you mean well. You want, this ain't going to happen. If people are under contract and stuff like that, that doesn't happen. The only time you teams really do number one for a number one draft pick. The Michael situation was super rare. That never happens. You get a number one pick or anything like that. That doesn't happen. The NFL is like that because people cherish their drafts, they number ones. So that doesn't happen. So again, you think, trust me, Momo, I love knowing sports debates, and we both don't mean to hurt each other's feelings. I'm not hurting your feelings. I'm just telling you facts that you need to understand. They don't, in football, they don't do player for player. They don't. It's very rare. And they don't do number one draft choices for the most part. Hey, we'll give you 2 number ones. The Washington football team did that bullshit when they got Robbie Griffin. How'd that turn out? I didn't like it then. I hated the Game Times show tonight. It'll be crazy with Drew, maybe Cole Pizzle. Yeah, I'm not going. I'm not a fan of Cole Pizzle because he's one of the worst Giants delusionists I ever seen. He's delusional. Y'all could call him. He been out here just stuff like that, and he's still saying the same shit about the damn Giants forever. I ain't gonna never forgive. I'm never going to admit that Eli Manning was a great quarterback or even a good quarterback. He was a low average quarterback that his defense made good. He's never been good to me because he won 2 Super Bowls. Oh, okay, he should be a Hall of Famer. Nope, he's not. I don't give a shit about Cole Pistol because he always putting down my team. And that's fine. We could agree to disagree, Jimbo. But I don't think everybody wants to bow down to him because he been doing this for a long time. I don't care. Cole Pizzo is Cole Pizzo. He gonna be crying again this year, like he always is, because when the Giants don't do what they need to do, and when their quarterback gets hurt, keep running the ball because he can't help himself. He's gonna keep running the ball. So I don't care. Everybody bothers me, especially Dane. Momo, if your quarterback won you 2 Super Bowls, you've been wanting him in the Hall of Fame too. No, I would. Okay. Hall of Fame is not about Super Bowls, you idiots. Not to call anybody an idiot. I don't want to say call nobody an idiot. Let me slow myself down. The Hall of Fame is about your game on the field, your statistics, how many touchdowns you threw, how many yards you got, and it also is about championship. So Eli has 2 Super Bowls. He beat 17-0 undefeated Tom Brady New England Patriots team. Okay, he got a feather in his cap on that one. Let's talk about Eli Manning throughout his career. Not very good. Not very good. Led the league several times in interceptions. So you tell me a man who led the league all those years in interceptions didn't push his team to the playoffs with the defense. And he both times he got into the playoffs and they won the Super Bowl. They squeaked in. He squeaked in as a low card, wild card. He didn't win the division. So they haven't hardly won in no division titles. So I supposed to believe that he's a Hall of Fame because statistically the numbers don't add up. But y'all want to put him in because he won 2 Super Bowls and beat New England Patriots. That's not. It's about your stats throughout your career, and his career isn't that. Momo, in the Milk Dud Hall of Fame. Nah, I'm not in, but Momo read Ultra comments. Breaking news: the Dallas has the parameters of a deal done with Pickens being traded to the Ravens, waiting for the Ravens to hammer out the deal. Once the deal is worked out, Cowboys franchise GP to trade him. Okay, that's normally what happens. But Ultra, we all know this. That ain't gonna be announced for now close to free agency breaks. They not gonna announce no type of deal until free agency. That's what they do. That's what they do, everybody. That's what they do. That's what they do. We don't need Pickens. We need defense because defense wins championship. Agreed, Marcus. Yeah, better if yeah. So yeah. So let me say this again. That deal, what Ultra said, was not going to be announced until free agency or the draft. If that's true, that you won't hear about that deal with them until either the draft or doing free agency. That's when that's going to be done. So y'all really believe that they're going to now? Ultra is only messing with me, Momo. So I don't know if it's true or not. Signing Pickens to the money that he wants would be detrimental. No, it wouldn't, because players should get paid, Marcus. Pay these players all the Momo. I made that up to made Dan drink. Oh, okay. Hey. Marcus, these players should get paid to the fullest. Why? I mean, yeah. So you sign with owners? What? Sign Pickens to 100. Nope. He should get more money in that because he was the best player, best wide receiver on the Cowboys. He gets paid more than that. You look again. You kissing Jerry Jones' ass in his ring, saying that, hey, Jerry, I love you. Let me hug you. Let me hold you. No, stop kissing Jerry's ass. And these owners don't give a shit about these players or the fans or you. So, end of the day, these players should get paid because the lifetime of a player in the league ain't that long. And so, when their career is over, and then after a certain amount of time, they don't have no more health insurance. They don't give a shit about these players. So the players on your second contract should have the most. You should get the most bang for your buck. So I've been promoting this shit forever. This ain't about me. Again, Mark, if you listen, if you hearing this ain't about me being trashing the Cowboys. I've been talking about my Commanders on this channel. So Mark, you need to stop. Don't use me to get clickbait your users to come back. All this free agency crap, all these deals have already been made for the most part for the first day, like I said. So get used to it. Even Rob said that the night Rob A said that $37 million. I don't care. See, that's what y'all think. Just because another person says it, don't make it as right. That's you. I guess you. I respect Rob too, but I'm not going because he says it. Don't make it true. To make it right, players should get paid what the market stands for. If he deserves $45 million, get the motherfucker 45, 50, or 60. I don't care. Players should get paid. Dan, have you seen this? Here's a newsflash, Dan. Players, you will never see a player in a contract or get a contract for 5 years ever again. There's no agent that's going to allow his player to be wrapped up for a 5-year deal. That's just facts. Dan, you're not for, you're not with Cowboys. Dan have a point. Dan, the league doesn't value Pickens like Dan does. Nobody wanted Pickens last season. The league seemed to see him crash out without playing with a true number one. CD makes Pickens. True. I can't agree. Every rookie in the first round has 5 years. What I'm saying that yes, you have to get that and you like that, but your second contract is not going to be for that long. Then 4 years, 153 million, which is 37 point. I don't. Never mind. Let me stop it. My Washington Commanders going to be so much better next year. Y'all going to puke of disgust, anger, and say y'all ain't gonna say, "Oh, Momo was right. We going along. We gonna take over this division. We gonna take over the league, and you gonna see a different Daniels. You gonna see a aggressive defense. We gonna get a top player on that in the back end. We gonna get a top player defense in putting pressure on the quarterback. We have a plan in place to play better, be better, act better, and be the better team in the division. No, and we all know the Giants are gonna be at the bottom of the heap because Harbaugh ain't never gonna do shit. Harbaugh is one of the worst coaches I've seen because he never, he ain't the reason why Baltimore won those Super Bowls. It was Ozzie Newsome, sorry. He was the one because he was the GM bringing in the best players and the best everything. So, ever since he had left, it ain't been the same. We all know the Cowboys ain't going up. Cowboys going to do cowboy shit, drama, do what Jerry loves. We all know the Eagles are having some issues going on further. So the Eagles going to be in second place, possibly second. They might be in third. But Washington will have a rejuvenated season, and we're going to be better, and we're going to like that. So I don't see us having a bad season, having our like that. So end of the day, we them boys. Washington, D.C. stands for District of Columbia. The Dallas Cowboy fan base and YouTubers stole that idea, D.C., because that was Washington, D.C. So y'all stole that shit and made it your own. That's what Cowboys do. They like to steal shit, and we are not standing up for that anymore. I'm tired of these y'all saying D.C. No, having T-shirts. No, DC stands for District of Columbia. Fuck all of that. Wrong old man. It's 5-5 Cowboys. Number one. What? So so take that label off there and stop saying DC for life, because DC Life stands for District of Columbia. That's what that means. Ain't nobody thinking about no DC, talking about no Dallas Cowboys. Who gives a FUCK about a Dallas Cowboy team? I know I don't. Oh, I know my Washington football team is. We are going to show you guys who we are. So I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes, and I think I need to take a little break. And I've been there with Game Time. I think he's doing something tonight. I don't know if he is, but I thank everybody for coming in here and for their insight. If you haven't sub up, please do so. If you ain't hit the like button, please do so. So I appreciate everybody, and thank you, Linda, too, for coming in. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you.